All right, what's up? Welcome back, Donatello's Workshop. David here. Check it out. It came. Yes, indeed. The Dirt Cross. Well, we'll just kind of do a spontaneous video here and an unboxing. It dropped on my porch this morning. I just got back from work. I did go on a quick walk with the dog and the wife and the kid, the son, the teenager. A good kid. All right, well, check it out. The manual. Yeah. And we'll see what's gonna happen here. I'm probably gonna start building tonight, just kind of dive into it, get a little done. We'll see what happens. Oh, some decals. Yeah. Oh, weird. Those are little, aren't they? Huh. Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about this. So I haven't built a Kyosho kit in a long time. I've been doing a lot of team associated stuff. That is... I better not take all these tags off. Yeah, I've heard some funny things about the bags. Bag 1, B1. Yeah, Lazer SB1. So, whatever that means, right? Let's leave that like that. Let's put this right here. I mean, obviously, that's shocks. Shock parts, springs. I can see the shock bodies, a few other things. Yeah, what have I heard about this kit and manual? Well, it's a straightforward kit. It's just a funny parts tree setup. So you got to kind of be careful as you're digging through parts not to get too disorganized, or you kind of will lose track and waste time hunting down parts. So B5, B6, B1. Yeah, that makes sense. Tires, foams. Put the stuff I'm not going to need immediately over here. These nice wheels. I'm going to make a decision if I'm going to even mount these knobbies or not, because if these are 2.2s, I might just get hot laps right out of the gate and throw them on. Or, you know what, I still might want to do dirt and grass, so I may just get another set of wheels and tires. And these are hex, so I mean, there's a lot of Schumacher wheels will work. So I could do the Schumacher wheels, and which they fit on the PR as well. Schumacher wheels, hot lap tires for the street, and then mount the knobbies for, you know, for whatever. Oh, whoopsie. Wow. Okay, so it does come with a pinion. That's a nice big pinion. Oh, there's the dog bones, but guess what? I got the universals right out of the gate, so I'll be building this with the universal joints right out of the gate. Lots of servo arms stuff. Wow. Yeah, I've heard really good things about the quality. There's the diff. Well, it seems like the bags are pretty well organized. I mean, you can see everything and tell what everything is, and so it can't be that bad, right? And the diff. So, yeah, it looks good. Probably use the box for parts and things. Oh, there's the other decals. All right. Well, I'm gonna put them in here. Oh, those are the window masks. Yeah, don't lose those. So let's just take a quick look at steps 1 and 2, 3 maybe, and see kind of what we're looking at. And then I'm going to show you guys the electronics I've got and the universals. We'll get those over here. All right, so step 1, read carefully. Step 2, hardware. Kit comes screws and hardware in metric sizes and shapes. For using them, check the screws on the true scale diagrams on the left side in each assembly step. So we can do that as normal. And then step 3, how to read the instruction manual. Okay, well, before you begin. Okay, we're gonna just jump in. Number 1. No kidding. Okay, arrangement of plastic parts on runners. Yeah. Number 2.
We're also going to need our wing mount, which we actually installed when we were following the instructions to install.
Shaded parts are not used. Okay.
Now, in this particular case, I'm going to remove that mount.
That's funny. Why are the shock bodies shaded? Arrangement of plastic parts on runners. Oh, okay. So you got to refer to that. I see. Yeah. They warned us about this. Okay, so it has you starting off with doing the shocks. Okay, and then you do the diff. Cool. Yeah, that's fine. Kind of do some fun stuff up front. Then you do the slipper clutch, then the servo saver, and then the tie rods. Yeah, you do all the odds and ends. This is, you know, it's a little different than team associated stuff and PR stuff where you kind of do it in order of chassis first, bulkhead, then tie rods, then shocks, then transmission, and you sort of flows much like a team associated. This is, you do all the odds and ends, and then you start to assemble looks like the hub carriers and the arms, and then you start to put it on the chassis a little bit later. So that's a little different, no big deal. There's the chassis finally introduced on step 21. Cool. All right, well, we'll do, you know, so I don't even know, I might just do a bunch of work and do an update video every once in a while. I don't think I'm going to document the whole build. So then you guys don't have to watch me just struggle. Just kidding. I've heard good things about it. It should go good. Should be fine. Okay, let's go take a look. So let's go over here. Got the B4 discharging here. Some Go Fast Hobbies stuff. Some candy. We could get real high on sugar while we do the build, huh? Eat a bunch of candy. So where did I put those? Oh, right here. All right, so here are the universals. Genuine Kyosho parts for the dirt cross. There's the receiver. I'm gonna do another 212. This are 212 by Spectrum. Here's the low profile servo, and then motor and ESC, rocket, surpass, 60 amp. We can leave these here for now. I love the rocket stuff. I love surpass. Those are extra PR parts. I need to do a little parts organization. It's getting a little out of hand. Lots and lots of projects been going on. Lots of projects. I did rebuild the tranny. I don't remember where I put it. That's right here. So there's the fully rebuilt stealth transmission with the updated slipper, octalock, and the foam gasket, which I didn't do this, I promise you, but it's already got a little crack in it. It's weird. It came kind of messed up. It's not a big deal though, but I got a fan RC transmission, which I put in the RC10T rat rod. I was going to and then I rebuilt that. So I have an extra transmission. Yeah, as expensive as they are, I'm not going to let it go or sell it or anything. I'm just going to keep it because I guarantee I'm probably going to use it eventually. I have 2 classic T's, so I'll definitely end up using it. I'm gonna leave the servo here for now too, and the receiver. So those are the electronics. It is a low profile servo. So it should be pretty good. It's high torque, high speed, metal geared, low pro. So it should be great. Yeah, lots of projects. The B4 has been awesome. Like I did the front spoiler. I got some paint coming for this. I'm gonna paint it black just so it looks nice. Yellow and black, you know. I already got black there, so that'll look cool. I rebuilt the tranny, and then I put the fan RC tranny in the T rat rod. So both T's are running good now. The RC10 gold pan's running good. Everything's running good. All right, I'll bring you back here in a bit. I'm not gonna let you watch me do shocks. It's not a big deal, okay? All right, so here we are. Step 4 and 5, which is the differentials, and I did finish the shocks. So far so good. It did go well, so I want to talk about the shocks a little bit too. I'm just finishing up this differential, so in case you want to take a look at how these went together, not bad. Not bad at all. I'm really enjoying myself, actually. Looks like there's some really nice shims, good quality components, nice quality shims, if that's a thing. They're super thin, which tells me that the tolerances are pretty precise. So here's how I did these shims, these each sides of the diff, okay? So you got to get the last pin here, stick it in, and by the way, the kit came with some goopy doopy diff fluid here. It's really pasty, weird stuff like that, and that's fine. I've seen a couple people use their own preferred stuff, and I'm using the 30K factory team stuff that I used in the PR as well, and I really am more comfortable using this stuff. It's pretty thick, so I'm just gonna put a dab on the top of the cross pin there just to hold things in place. Then I'm gonna grab this last diff gear here and just drop it right on. So the dab just kind of holds things in place. There you go. And here's the other halves, and you can get a nice close look at this. I covered all the gears with that 30K diff fluid, and so it's been settling. Okay, and now I can see that I can add just a tiny bit more. So I'm going to. I want to cover the gears basically completely, and then any excess will squeeze out as we combine the two sides, and I'll just wipe it away so that it's basically full but not overfilled. And this 30K is just nice stuff. It works for high traction surfaces real well. It's not too firm and not too loose. It's kind of in the middle, in my opinion. It's worked for me in the past. It works great in the PR build. Okay, so let's take a look. We've got that sitting and ready. We got that gear on. This is interesting. So looks like this. Looks like this just goes like this, I guess. Let's see what it looks like here. Yeah. Huh. That's interesting. Yeah. Let's do them both. I can see those holes. Did I just naturally get those holes to line up, or is it grooved? It must be grooved because those holes just lined right up. Huh. That's cool. This is a trippy build. It's cool. So the shocks are real nice. The shocks went really well. It was pretty straightforward. Now, the way they come off the plastic trees is you do have to do a lot of deburring off the parts. And they feel good. I bled them and then threw the bleeder screws in there. Yeah, they feel real good. You got to do a lot of deburring on the parts as you take them off the parts trees, particularly the shock piston rings. You know, obviously they have to be deburred a lot. There are some extra parts, some extra ends. It said to use the thick ones, so I did, versus the thin. So there's a couple things you got to pay attention to. Okay, back to the diffs. The last step is to combine the two. Okay, so the gasket goes right in there. Let's get these gaskets out. There and there. My initial thoughts are, you know, honestly, if I'm being honest here, which I always am, it's not quite as engineering and tight spec tolerances as the PR, okay? But it's pretty dang nice. I'm sure in the world of builds, it's right up there. I mean, the PR S1 was super high quality, and it was just so good and tight, and tolerances and quality. It was just all there. This is pretty good quality too, but I don't know if I could say that it's quite on the level as the PR, but I'm only this far in. But I'm talking about the diffs and the shocks. I liked the quality of the PR stuff a little bit better. And you know, we're just talking here. It's not a big deal. I'm really enjoying this. It's cool. So, all right, let's try this then. So we're going to put this in, and I just want to line the holes up decent, right? Gaskets on.
What's this? Oh, this is a 1987 Kyosho Lazer. Brand new build by me in one of my last videos.
Holes are lined up.
To have this. But today's video is about finishing it. So I've got original body shell, original decals, cut it out, two parts, main body and wing. And entire writing.
It's kind of nice having the stand for this too. Oy. As I pull a fumbleia, right?
Yeah, if you are interested in this build, please check it out. It's not a long video, but just to see how a radar goes together from 87.
I lost my alignment.
Off the chart. I can't stop looking at it, and I know as soon as I get the body finished and the tire writing done, it's just going to be one of my favourite cars in the collection. So let's chat.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah, can't be bothered. Got to be honest, can't be bothered. Not a massive fan of cutting bodies out. Anyway, let's get into this. Just one quick look at the
You can see right down the back.
just in case you can't be bothered looking at the build video, which I don't blame you. But oh my goodness, how cool is that? So we have original body shell for it.
Okay,
And original
there.
decals.
Alignments. So let's sneak the screws in. Okay. Where are those little... Okay, those go on last, so yeah, we're good. What size is it going to be? Is it going to be... Yeah, the 1.5, which I just got a fresh 1.5. That's the one that I broke the tip on recently. Okay, I'm gonna get them all started because I worry about it getting ski-wumpus as we're getting it pressed together. And of course, you want to cross pattern these and stuff. These, no, you know what I mean? Listen, these diffs are nice, all right? They feel, so far so good, okay? You can tell the, you know, the Kyosho kits are nice. The plastics are good quality. They're well thought out. I've just come off a PR build, and I just got to tell you that PR build was top notch, okay? This is my second Kyosho build, and it's been a long time. I have a vintage one that's now a Rat Rod Frankenstein, so it's been a while since I've done a fresh Kyosho build, okay? So there is that. And I've done several HPIs and several Team Associated, okay? And, you know, listen, Team Associateds are wonky, okay? For sure. All right, where's my holes? Damn it. Let's just hope they're still right there. Team Associates they're trippy. They're fun and super simple and basic in some senses, and in other senses they're wonky. But they can be wonky because they're so simple that, you know, you kind of embrace the wonk, and you just move forward, and you shim this, and you shave that, and you cut this, and you you know, oh my God, this son of a bitch isn't magnetized. All right, so we still got our holes in line. That's what I was worried about. And I hope this 1.5 is quality enough to hold up, because it already doesn't feel great. It's just a cheap one. HPIs are pretty high quality. I don't know if they use the best plastics. I feel like HPIs go together really well, and they're very straightforward in the build aspect, but I don't feel like the plastics are as durable as, say, the PR or the Kyosho, for example. I think the Kyosho plastics, from what I've dealt with on my vintage kit, the plastics freaking hold up, dude. With a really old vintage Kyosho compared to a vintage Team Associated, as far as when they get really old and brittle, the Team Associateds are way more brittle. The freaking Kyoshos, man, they hold up. They feel really good even when they're really old. So there's that aspect too. The HPIs can be brittle as well, but the builds are really nice and very good detailed instructions. The instruction manuals are very good. You know what? So far on this Kyosho, I don't mind this instruction manual format at all. It works. It makes sense to me. You know, you got to reference the side column, and then when you move to the next part tree, you got to go back a couple pages back to the parts tree reference. But that's, you know, after you've looked at it 2-3 times, you know, it makes sense, and you get more and more comfortable. Like, especially your memory just kind of kicks in, and there's not that many parts bags, so there's, you know, there's that. They're simple enough to where you're not dealing with tons and tons of parts bags. So, all right, so this is where we got to get this cranked down, but not too cranked down. So we'll start to go in a cross pattern here. Okay, that's going together pretty good. It feels good. And then I just do a little at a time. That one, yeah, it's feeling good. Okay, so there it is. And that feels good. I used the 30K. Yeah, that feels really good. You want to take a look at that? Sorry, get that back in frame. This alloy metal here seems decent enough. So honestly, this is probably all I'm gonna get done tonight. You know, full day at work, went on the walk with the family, ran a car. So when I'm out there walking with my son and my wife, I actually take a car and run it as I'm walking. So I get exercise and I run a car simultaneously. It's fun. Because obviously, well, again, we live in a circle, and so we do a big loop walk in the circle, and I run the car as I'm walking, and it's really fun. It's a blast, actually. So outside of my weekly bike rides, mountain biking that is, here in the mountains of Utah, which we have wonderful trails all around us everywhere. It's freaking awesome. If you're into recreation, this is the place to be. You know, I'm a skier, mountain biker, boating, lakes, hiking. You know, we have it all. We have it all. And world-class ski resort 30 minutes from my door. Yeah, literally. Snow Basin. Look it up, guys. Snow Basin, Utah. If you want to come out and go skiing, I'll take you. Hit me up. I've been skiing there my whole life. There's tons of resorts, half hour to an hour away from my house, literally. And I just go to Basin because I ski patrolled there for 10 years. And it's the closest and most convenient to me. I learned to ski there. My wife and I are locker holders up there. We get season passes every year. And like I said, I ski patrolled there for 10 years. I have friends up there, and I know the terrain really well. It's a wonderful mountain. It's a great mountain, actually. Let's get this cross pattern here going. So that's what we like to do. We ski, and then I bike spring, summer, fall to stay in decent enough shape to be able to ski, but I also like to mountain bike. It's very enjoyable as well, with all the great trails. It's really good exercise and super fun too. So that's what we're into. And the weather here in Utah is really cool. It's trippy. As the saying goes in Utah, don't like the weather, just wait a half hour. It'll change on you. You know what I mean? This is high plains desert, so it's dry and hot 1 minute, and then it's raining or snowing the next. We get wind. There's lots of water runoff, streams, lakes, rivers everywhere because of the mountain runoff. The valley sits between 4,000 and 5,000 feet in elevation, and in no time in the mountains you're at 7,500, 8,000, 9,000, and peaks at 10 and 11,000. So the peaks of the mountains are 10 and 11,000, and so you can be in the mountains in a half hour from anywhere in the valley. So that aspect of it, obviously, with mountains comes rivers, streams, fishing, hiking, boating, camping, mountain biking, skiing. It's just everything you'd want. Everything that I want, you know. My mom's side's from California, and my dear Aunt Sandy, she's still there in Huntington Beach. Hi, Aunt Sandy. I'm going to see if she'll watch my videos. But we go visit her in Huntington Beach all the time, so technically I'm half Cali kid too. My mom's side, we have been going there since the early 80s every summer, and I even lived there for a time, and we go visit her often down there in Huntington Beach. In fact, my wife and I got married in Huntington Beach, so that's how much of an affinity I have for Huntington Beach. It's kind of my second home. So being able to grow up with mountains and beach was pretty amazing, actually. Pretty amazing. I'll tell you, I was spoiled for sure. I was spoiled. Got put on skis at a young age by my father, who was a big skier. And my mother always wanted to go hang out with her kid's sister in Huntington Beach, so we spent our summers there. And I just kept the tradition going with my family. So that's kind of how that happened. So I'm just talking. So there you go. Shocks, done. Diffs, done. And they feel good. They feel real good. I used the 30K, the stuff right here. And this is the stuff that it came with. And I'll show you. See that? It's goopy, and it probably would have been fine. But, you know, you dab it in there. You don't necessarily fill it up with this stuff. It's just different. So instead of the goopy stuff, I used the 30K, and you just basically fill it up more or less. So I didn't overfill it, like nothing even seeped out. So that is an indication that I filled it up good. Like I said, I had it, let it settle, and I could see a little bit of metal gear exposed. So I added another drop or two, and barely even seeped. It's actually didn't seep much at all, but there you go. So, well, let's peer ahead and see what we'd be doing next, probably tomorrow night. So the slipper clutch is next. Try and organize just a little. Yeah, the parts tree stuff on this is what is a little wonky. I don't remember the PR parts trees being so burred up and having to deburr everything quite so much. And I went and filed stuff as I was going, but seems like things clipped off cleaner. Things pulled and clipped off the trees cleaner, where this plastic trees are a little softer, and so they're full of burrs. You gotta file them, razor blade them. I got the hobby knife out, and I sat and deburred it with my straight edge right here. Oh, that finally broke. Interesting. This guy right here, and it's sharp enough. It's not super sharp, but it's sharp enough. I deburred it with that guy right there. And I do have a couple extra blades, but oh yeah, this video is how to fix the lid to the hobby knife holder thingy. Yeah, there we go. You got it back in there a little bit. Okay, a few extra blades, whatever. So be prepared for the deburring of the parts trees. Slipper clutches next. Then we move on to the servo saver assembly. It's pretty straightforward. I don't mind the manual at all. And then we go on to tie rods. And you do all the odds and ends, and then you do the chassis, as I mentioned before. So it's a little different build that way. The HBI, the Team Associated stuff, and the PR is like chassis out, you know. This is odds and ends and then in to the chassis. So it's backwards in a sense. I don't know. It makes sense to me, but it's just different. So it's fine. All right, guys. I'll get some more done tomorrow night. So for now, talk to you later.